You know, it's no wonder that conspiracy theory enthusiasts latch on to certain cases, because when you have such noir irony as this, it's little wonder people are intrigued. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Melissa Caddick. Now, we all are aware of her penchant for ugly jewellery. It's very nouveau riche taste as far as I'm concerned. Don't want to knock the jeweller. Maybe it's just a personal taste thing and I don't share it, but maybe many of you like the style of jewellery that Melissa was wearing. I think it was gaudy and subpar, really, compared to what you could wear for the money. So her black sapphire necklace, pretty famous. It's a huge sapphire set with other maybe white sapphires or diamonds, worth $250,000, something that she liked to flaunt along with her probably arranged marriage husband. And when I say arranged marriage, I mean an arrangement with Anthony, the husband, for him to play a part and for them to, as a couple, carry out a charade which brought them their stolen lifestyle. So the irony is that the part of the New South Wales coast where the partial remains of Melissa Caddick have washed up and been found is called the Sapphire Coast. And to me, this is why conspiracy theorists just go bananas for the stuff, right? Number one, she should never have disappeared, and then she turns up on the Sapphire Coast. Now, it's announced that, the marine police scientists, everyone, working on the case, they've been working on where would the body be found. And, hey, they had an idea that it might be around that area, and they've been kind of looking down that way. They're saying they would have found her themselves eventually, if not for the luck of two people enjoying a camping experience, having the misfortune of coming across the foot. So yeah, first the sneaker was recognised by law enforcement as being Melissa's because it could only be purchased in Israel, and it was the one that she was seen by them in on November the 11th during the raid. Now, why the hell wasn't Anthony making a song and dance on November the 12th? The raid's on November the 11th. He turns up to court on November the 13th. Sans Melissa saying, I don't know, haven't seen her. But you would expect, if she hasn't come in from her supposed jog at 5:30 in the morning on the 12th, that he has called her parents, called her brother, searched everywhere. No, it's not known that he did this. He was apparently sitting tight, just thinking maybe she needed to calm down, let off some steam, or think about things. After it's announced that she's missing, he then urges the public, you really need to look around the coast. You need to look around our area, the cliff tops, the beaches, the haunts locally. This is where she is, the boat places. This is what he's saying. Search the coast around our home. That's just so off as far as I'm concerned. It's as suspicious as all hell. It's suspicious as the white tips in his hair. There's no way this boy is going to jail, okay? So I think he's complicit. So has he told Melissa, I'm going to help you get to the departure point as planned, your escape has been planned, I'll take you to the departure point. Has he knocked her off, thrown her off the cliff, dead or alive? Has he thrown her off a boat, dead or alive? Because he couldn't trust her not to tell on him maybe, or maybe it's going to come out that he has helped bring in clients. He's helped seduce friends into believing that they can have the lifestyle that he and Melissa enjoy. He's made the fakery appear more real. And whether this is all he did or he did more, you know, he's an accomplice. You can't tell me that their marriage wasn't one of mutual usefulness rather than love, you know. I think maybe even years ago she confided in him and then he blackmailed her into the lifestyle. I don't know, maybe not, but I think for a long time they've all been working on this together. I'm very sus of the brother. He's connected to her by having 1% of the home in his name and probably other things. But, you know, why weren't they looking for her on the 12th? Why didn't he go silently to the police and say, look, we're supposed to turn up in court. She's due tomorrow, but I can't find her. She hasn't come in from her run. You know, is he innocent and thinking he's giving her a little bit of time to get away? Or is he giving himself the time? What do you think? But yeah, what do you think of the dark irony? And it was a black sapphire too, so it was a noir sapphire, and it's noir irony. Melissa Caddick's partial remains washed up on Sapphire Coast. There are other suspects, of course, if it is foul play and not suicide, and, you know, that would be that one of her clients or a conspiracy of her clients have done something to her. But why were the Australian Federal Police not watching the home? She was an obvious flight risk. Were they being sexist and saying, well, she's a mother, she's got a teenage son, she's not going anywhere? Did they not care if someone did something to her? I mean, this is weird to me that then later, it's a while later, but just before her foot is found, that they released this picture of her in the exercise gear taken at her home during the raid. It's like it's cementing the idea that they were the last ones to see her wearing certain items. I mean, does this go even deeper? How sick is this? Really? This is, I mean, no wonder if people go nuts for things, because, you know, hasn't it rolled out neatly that then the photo of her in her exercise gear is released and then her foot's found? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, there's no way Anthony's going to jail. And what would he do to stop going to jail? Are the police suspicious of him? And, you know, what did they find out about November the 12th? What did they find out about him and his concern for Melissa on that day? What did his phone records show? What were his movements on that day? And would it clear him sort of in a way, or was it all pretense? If he's been, you know, making calls to any friends they may have had left, probably none, you know, but really, did he go and pick up her parents from the apartment that she'd paid for them? Did he go and pick them up and they just go looking together? Were they making phone calls? Why wouldn't they call the police? So either he's letting her run, or he knows she's dead and he doesn't want to get caught for it. Something, you know. So I think there is going to be significant breaking news still to come. The rest of her body will hopefully be found. So we've got the grey nurse sharks sort of around Sydney and everything, but then as you go into the cooler waters, the colder waters, you've got the great whites. But maybe more of Melissa is going to turn up, and hopefully forensics can try to work out how she died. You know, was she drugged and thrown off the cliff? Was she hit over the head and thrown off the cliff? Is there fiberglass from a boat embedded in her skull? Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But what do you think? Are you suspicious of Anthony, her husband, and Adam, her brother? Because I am.